All right, so I thought I'd make a Wii game collection video as kind of a compare and contrast from the Wii game collections from 2015. So we're going back 2015, but now we're in 2024. How has my collection differed? Has it gotten larger? Has my viewpoints on these games changed? I will go ahead and say my opinions. Well, there you go. Watch and find out. So, first we've got Animal Crossing City Folk, which is, it's another Animal Crossing game. I need to get New Horizons. It's, it's fine. It's Animal Crossing. Astro Boy the video game, which is not very good. Live the movie, become Astro Boy. It's not very good, but I like it. I find some enjoyment out of it. The controls are kind of iffy. They're kind of annoying sometimes, but, I find it fun, so whatever. Use all of Astro Boy's powers to save Metro City. Something I find really funny is in the first level of the game, they give you access to a cheat code, which allows you to use the original classic Astro Boy outfit. So they're immediately like, hey, look, here's how you should be playing the game. Here's the actual Astro Boy outfit. Benton Omniverse. Did a stream of this game 2 years ago? Oh my lord, 2 years ago. No, it wasn't 2 years. I think it was like a year and a half ago. And you already know my opinions on it. I really enjoy it, even though it's, kind of slow. There you go. Cabela's Survival Shadows of Katmai. It's supposed to say cat. Yeah, I think it's supposed to say Katmai. Yeah, Katmai. This game is decent, I think. I've beaten it twice, and yeah, I'd say it's decent. I think its big problems is that it's very short, only clocking in at like 2 hours long, and the later levels get kind of annoying. They get to a point where, along with them having just a bunch of random enemies that are kind of annoying to deal with, you also have the levels are so dark that I genuinely had to turn up the brightness on my TV. Both playthroughs. One was on a Wii U and the other was on a Wii. So it's not like it's one console that just had a hard time, going at it. No, that level is so dark, it genuinely just blackens out everything. But other than that, it's a decent Uncharted ripoff. It really is an Uncharted ripoff. It's fine. Sorry, I had to move that for a second. It's freaking me out. I have a case up above me and it was about to fall on me. It's fine for what it is. Okay, Cars 2. So if you remember from my Wii collection from 2015, I said this was terrible. I now think it's fine. It's a decent game. It's not as good as the original Cars still. And it's not as good as Mater National, and it's not as good as Racerama, but it's fine. I like the driving mechanics. I like the I like aspects of it, but I think much of this game was greatly improved in Cars 3. I think Cars 3 really trimmed off, the fat and actually gave you what you really wanted from this. But this is a fine game, Speaking of cars, we got Cars Racerama, which is pretty good. It's the worst out of the trilogy, I'd say. No, I take that back. You know what? I'd say Mater National might be the worst, because that one's very, not bland, but just very, I don't know. This one has its fair share of issues, I'll give it that, but I do like the varied environments. I really like kind of this unique stuff, and you also get some new, designs for Lightning, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I think it's pretty fun overall. Crash of the Titans. I really enjoy this. I mean, here's the deal. This game is very much rooted in nostalgia for me. I played this a ton when I was younger. So while the game may not be amazing, I still find myself loving it. I really enjoy it. Yes, the game does get excruciatingly difficult at points. Yes, it does get really, really annoying at points. But I still find myself really enjoying it. So, there you go. The Blob. This game was kind of a nightmare to play through. There are aspects I like about it. You know, I do like kind of the core concept of painting stuff. I do like kind of the quick mission type stuff, you know, just like really rapid fire missions. I like the plot. But after about the second level, these missions start getting harder. They start getting really difficult. The controls start really playing, going against you. The floaty jump physics, the fact that you cling on walls really easily, painting stuff you're not really intending to paint, but you know you just accidentally stumble on it because you know you cling to a wall or your jump goes too high than what you expected. The controls can get very grating to the point where while I say the game is good, about halfway in, about 75% into my playthrough, I was just I was so ready to shut the game off. And, you know, I'm glad I did beat it, but at the same time, I never, ever want to beat this game again, because this was such a torturous playthrough. There's a lot of things wrong with this game. A lot of things wrong that I don't think a lot of people mention. Donkey Kong Barrel Blast, the famed terrible Wii game. I actually like it. I think it's pretty fun. I found myself having a ton of fun with it. I think it's a pretty well done racing game. It's really unique. I kind of like the bongo mechanics. Yeah. Screw you's got the Woz. I actually enjoy it. DreamWorks Superstar Karts. It's got its fair share of issues. I think it's not very polished. But, you know, I do like the charm. I like how, a lot of the characters have, you know, things to say to each other. Whenever you're racing, they'll get angry at you. You know, Alex will say, like, get out of the way, you ogre, or something. You know, there's just various little quips. I like how King Julian will you know, introduce each level. Yeah, it's fun. It's got its charm. But yeah, it's very rough around the edges. The drifting controls are completely pointless and really stupid. The graphics leave a lot to be desired. So, but you know, I enjoy it still. Very nostalgic game. Epic Mickey. This is another game that, upon my most recent playthrough, it was kind of a torturous experience. This is another one where the controls just completely work against you. You know, both in the camera department and the jumping department. It's just like, again, I will say this game is good. I like a lot of stuff about this game, but it was such a torturous playthrough. I didn't even beat it. I just gave up. It was such just complete torture near the end of that playthrough. It was just constant agonizing, just anger. And I'm very much hoping that is fixed in the remaster. I am praying to God that is fixed in the remaster. Please fix it. Fix the wacky jumping mechanics. Fix the pointer controls. Make it work well with a controller. Please, I beg of you. Fortune Street. This game is awesome. Really cool. You know, me in 2015 would tell you this sucks, but not me in 2024. This game's awesome. It's like Monopoly, but it's more advanced. It's got Mario characters, Dragon Quest characters. Pretty cool. I think my only downside is that the boards are pretty long. You know, if you think Mario Party boards are long, these ones, they're not as unique as Mario Party boards. Each board is kind of exactly the same, just with slight changes. And the music will start to grate on you a lot. You know, you go into Mario Circuit expecting to play a board that's like Mario Party length, and you end up spending 2.5 hours hearing the exact same Mario Circuit song played on loop for 2.5 hours. So again, that's, you know, a great game to just put on mute and watch some YouTube videos with. It's a great kind of multitasking game, because there's like no audio that you actually need to pay attention to. So, great game. Generator Rex, Agent of Providence. I've never seen a single episode of Generator Rex, but I kind of want to after playing this game, because I like it. I like this game. It's a pretty fun hack and slash beat 'em up. I wouldn't so much say hack it. No, yeah, hack and slash. You're just mashing one button, so it's just your standard, you know, kids game beat 'em up. The Wii version is not the best version by a long shot. It's got some pretty bad frame rate issues, and the graphics, man, they're so much more improved in the 360 version. I used to have the 360 version, and then when I sold my 360 a while back, so went the 360 version, so I bought the Wii version. Yeah, a good game, but really I do not recommend that version of the game. Guitar Hero 3, pretty darn fun. There's a lot of good songs in this game, and I do like kind of the plot. I don't like the guitar battles, but I do like the plot. People say this is the best Guitar Hero game. This is far from the best Guitar Hero game. There are way better one. There are a better one out there. I'm thinking about it through my head, and really, there's only like one, maybe two that I can say are genuinely better than Guitar Hero 3. It's a really good game, but it's not the best. Guitar Hero Aerosmith. This one's pretty cool. I really do enjoy this one. I love me some Aerosmith, and I love how they have little interviews with the members of the band. I think that's really cool. So yeah, I think it's actually really cool. And it says down here, also featuring. I forgot where it says it. Iconic track, perform other iconic tracks from artists chosen by Aerosmith. I kind of believe that, considering all these interviews that they're doing, and I think that's actually really cool. This amount of kind of energy that was put into this game, with its unique cutscenes and its interviews, would not return for any other Guitar Hero game. I have not played Metallica, but I have played Guitar Hero Van Halen, and Guitar Hero Van Halen is one of the most lifeless experiences I have ever played. It is just a whole big bunch of nothing. So, yeah. Now this is the best Guitar Hero game, Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. This is one that nobody talks about, and I understand why. This is the last Guitar Hero game, the 6th Guitar Hero game, before Guitar Hero Live. This was basically the straw that broke the camel's back. This was the last Guitar Hero game before Guitar Hero Live. This did not sell super well. And because of that, you know, a lot of people don't even know it exists. And they should. They should know that it exists, because this game is fantastic. I wonder if the designers knew that this was their last chance, so they just gave it their all. It has the most goofiest plot you will ever hear in a Guitar Hero game. It's about, like, a like rock god and a rock demon battling it out, and the rock god was encased in stone, and the only way to save the rock god is to assemble a band of rock warriors, which are like the characters from previous Guitar Hero games, but they have like these like monster forms that you change into when the power of rock compels them to. It's so stupid, and I love it. And the soundtrack is fantastic. It's got a massive track list of really, really good songs. I mean, play it. if you have the guitar, if you have the game, play it. It's such a fantastic Guitar Hero game. Heavenly Guardian, this was a game that I got with my Wii, and it's not very good. This is a very, very cheap, poorly done, this is a very, very cheap, poorly done game. I'll give it this. It feels like a Super Nintendo game, and I like that aspect about it. It's kind of neat, but other than that, I mean, it feels like a Super Nintendo game. It is very, very cheap. It's also insanely challenging, which I guess is what it's trying to go for, but yeah, not very good at all. Sorry, I forgot about this game. Since we are going alphabetical. Blazing Angels, Squadrons of World War II. This game is an absolute nightmare to play. Not only do I not like these types of games, I don't like dogfighting games just because, control-wise, you know, it's really hard to kind of, you know, you play a fighting game, and it's this person's out here, this person's on here, fight. You play a dogfighting game, well, you're in the air, you're having to pay attention to this guy over here, you're both trying to hit each other, and it's just this cajumble of, like, you know, you have to swing back around, the other guy swings back around, so it's just like you're constantly flying around like crazy. This game has levels with time limits, this game has levels where you can't let this thing be destroyed, and of course those controls coupled along with just some really dumb gameplay mechanics make this an absolute nightmare to play. Maybe it's better on 360, I don't know, but this version is absolutely terrible. I hate that game. Genuinely, with a burning passion, I hate that game. Just Dance 2? Yeah, it's the only Just Dance game I've actually kept. I've had Just Dance 3, and a long time ago I've had Just Dance 4. I think there's actually some pretty good songs on here. I think Just Dance 3 has some good songs, but not a lot of songs I'd want to dance to. I think that's its big issue. You know, I like Take On Me. I like This Is Halloween. I don't want to dance to This Is Halloween, and I don't really want to dance to Take On Me. But Viva Las Vegas? Yeah, I actually would want to dance to. Rasputin? Definitely I'd want to dance to. That song's made for dancing. So, you know, I feel like Just Dance 2 is actually a really good entry in the series. Kirby's Epic Yarn? Pretty good. Pretty fun. You know, after playing this, I replayed it recently, and man, I have a lot of fun with it. It's just absolutely adorable. It's one of the few games where if I defeat an enemy, I kind of feel sad for the enemy. I have defeated many Waddle Dees and felt really bad about defeating them. Because they're just so cute. They don't even hurt you. They just fall over. They try and hurt you, but then they just miss and fall. Kirby's Return to Dreamland? By far not the best Kirby game. I think there's 2 other Kirby games that I enjoy more than this. Maybe 3. But this is still a really fun Kirby game. Got its issues, though. Some levels are really annoying, but overall really fun. Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes, debatably my favorite Lego game. I think there's so much is done right here, and playing this again recently, it was just a massive blast to play through. This is a really fun Lego game. Lots of fun. What's less fun is Lego Indiana Jones 2. This game is not very good. It's got a many amount of issues. The driving levels in this game are some of the worst levels I've ever played in a video game. Not just a Lego game. The driving levels are absolutely horrific. Terrible controls, terrible gameplay mechanic of you having to, like, find another car. They last way too long. They are so annoying. Yeah. But I digress. The levels that are just normal Lego levels aren't half bad. They're decent. So, you know, it's a very mixed bag. Madagascar, Escape to Africa. I played this again recently, and I don't like it very much. What am I talking about? I enjoyed it. I don't know what I was... Sorry, I was thinking about one level in particular when I said that, and then that made me think I don't like this very much, but in reality, like, no, this is fine. This game's fun. I think its main downfall is... just that it doesn't really know what it wants to be. Madagascar 1 was a platformer that had some occasional mix-ups to the formula. This is like 5 million different things all rolled into one. You have a ball rolling level, then you have a regular platforming level, then you have a ton of mini games. You have just a ton of them. Just it's back-to-back mini games. It just really doesn't know what it wants to be. And I think that's the main issue with this game. It's a decent game, but it's just a massive combination of random crap. There you go. I think the reason I originally said that this was bad is because I got to a level that I got stuck on, not because it was difficult, but because I genuinely had no idea how to beat it. I was doing everything I could. It seemed like a pretty simple task. You just have to, you're Motomoto, and you have to impress Gloria by doing a bunch of tricks in the air. I tried literally everything I could, and Gloria never got impressed. So I beat the game. I had to just skip the volcano level, and I just collected enough monkeys to just get to the end. So, yeah. There you go. I don't know if it's just the Wii version. I mean, the Wii version doesn't use motion controls. It uses the analog stick, but I don't know. Mario Kart Wii. This is a game that my opinions have very much changed. Originally, this was, well, as you saw in my Wii game collection from 2015, this was like my first or second favorite Mario Kart game. Bumped that down a lot. I enjoy Mario Kart DS more than this. I enjoy Mario Kart 7 more than this. I enjoy Mario Kart 8 more than this. I enjoy Mario Kart Double Dash more than this. Truth be told, Mario Kart 8 I had not played, so, at that point in time, but still, this is very far down in the Mario Kart spectrum for me. It's good. I like it. It's good, but it's got so many issues. From, of course, the constant blue shells. I take that back. Again, I say it's good. There's not a lot of issues with it. I mean, the blue shells are really the only issue. There's a lot to like about that game. So, Mario Party 8, this is another one that I've drastically changed my opinion on since then. I originally said this was better than Mario Party 4, which is essentially a false statement because this game is so much worse than Mario Party 4 in terms of mini games and boards. But I still really enjoy it. I think there's still a lot of fun to be had here. The mini games aren't as good, I know, but there's a lot of really fun boards, and yeah, it's a fun game. It's a really fun game. Mario Party 9. Yeah, this one's really fun. I know this game has extremely mixed opinions, and I understand that. It's such a drastic change up to the Mario formula, but I don't care. This game's so much fun. I love the boss mechanics. The minigames are genuinely fun. I really like the change up to the formula. I like the driving formula. I mean, yeah. And funnily enough, it's got more boards than Mario Party 10. Think about that. Lots of fun. Mario Power Tennis. This is very rough around the edges on the Wii, at least. I enjoyed the GameCube version. I haven't had the GameCube version in a very long time, so I bought the Wii version. And, yeah, I don't know. I really wish it could just let me use the GameCube controller, because there's a lot of issues when it comes to using the Wii remote. It feels a lot more stiff, and it just doesn't feel very well. Yeah, but the GameCube version's hard to find, and it's way more expensive, so pick your poison, Do you want to wait around for a while and then spend a really large amount for the GameCube version, but it's the better game? Or do you want to go with the worse off version, but it's a lot easier to find and a lot cheaper? So I went with the worse off version because I still haven't found a copy of I found one copy of Mario Power Tennis in the wild for the GameCube, and that was my original copy. I have never seen a copy since. Mario Strikers Charged. This was one that, if you remember my Wii Pickups video, I said was absolutely terrible, and I was a complete moron back then, because this game is fantastic. It is just a complete blast to play. It's so much fun. Just a super hectic soccer game with genuinely, like, you'll have a blast with this, even if you're not a fan of soccer. Just pick it up. NASCAR Unleashed. This game has a lot of issues. I think mainly it's just like it's really challenging at points, and you know the controls kind of need a little bit of fixing up too. But I still find it fun. I like the little challenges you get in between races, and I really do like the idea of a NASCAR game where it's just off the walls crazy and you're blasting through opponents, and I like the revenge aspect of it where you can actually make rivals, kind of like Burnout. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's good. This is a good game. You know, I have my issues with it. There are levels that are really annoying, but I like it. In terms of New Super Mario Bros., I'd say it's better than New Super Luigi U, because New Super Luigi U is just infuriating. It's better than New Super Luigi U, probably better than New Super Mario Bros. 2. I haven't played New Super Mario Bros. 2 in a while, but I feel like I remember it being better, or worse than this, so there you go. And of course, that would be a statement I wouldn't say in 2015. I loved Mario, New Super Mario Bros. 2 in 2015. Pac-Man Party. A lot of people dog on this game, and I kind of understand why. It's a very strange party game, especially for being Pac-Man related. And the mini games are very much, probably half of them is just waggle the controller a lot and hopefully you win. But I really like the mechanics of this game. I think it's a really interesting party game that hasn't really been done very often. It's a party game where the board is massive, but each space you make your own castle on, and then you can challenge other rivals. Minigames are kind of spaced out, but minigames only happen whenever you challenge another rival to a spot. So, you know, somebody builds up a castle, then you challenge them, and if you win the minigame, you get to take their castle, and if if you have the castle and you win the minigame, then you take the other character's points, and I really like that mechanic. I think that's really interesting. My only problem is, just like Fortune Street, some of these boards can last a long time. This is not like Mario Party. If you go into a board, depending on the board, you could be spending like 2.5 hours playing that one board. So, yeah. Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. This game's awesome. It's really great. Probably my second favorite Phineas and Ferb game. Then again, there's not a lot of them out there, and they range in quality, but this is still a really, really fun Phineas and Ferb game. Also, you get to play as Isabella, the only Phineas and Ferb game you get to play as Isabella in, so that gets bonus points. You also get to play as Beljeet, the only Phineas and Ferb game where you get to play as Beljeet. Again, more bonus points. So, yeah, there's that. Punch-Out! This game is absolutely fantastic. Just tons of fun. The definitive way to play any Punch-Out game, really. This is just a fantastic game. Just tons of charm. The animation's incredible. It's got Bear Hugger. What more could you want? It's got Bear Hugger. Come on. Rabbids Go Home. This game, upon a second playthrough, this game is kind of, not a nightmare to play, but just kind of agonizing in a way. It's a fun game, but it's extremely repetitive. About halfway in, it's the same old routine, you know. Level areas start repeating, so you start getting repeating environments. The goals is obviously the exact same in every single mission. you know, I like how unique it is, and I like how, you know, it is fun when you first start playing it, but it does get extremely repetitive very quickly. Rayman Raving Rabbids, um, very mixed bag. There are good mini games, there are bad mini games, and depending on how you look on it, the bad mini games outweigh the good. I'm very in the middle. I have many games that I really like. I have many games that I think are completely and utterly awful. So, you know, very mixed bag. Very weird game, of course. I'm sure if you were playing it in 2006, you'd be completely, you know, you'd be like, all right, this is the end of, this is the end of Rayman as we know it. Another game I forgot to mention, Megamind Mega Team Unite. I don't like this game at all. It has literally nothing to do with the movie. Like, of course it doesn't. It seems like Megamind related stuff just have very little to do with the movie. At least with Ultimate Showdown, there's some correlation, but this one is just completely different. Literally nothing to do with the movie. And it's just a really poor attempt at a party minigame game. Ton of just there's like 5 minigames the entire game. All of them just repeat over and over and over again. It's just excruciating. It's a really bad game. Rhythm Heaven Fever is probably my second favorite Wii game. I absolutely adore this game. I mean, Rhythm Heaven in general is really fun, but I think this is probably the best. There's just tons of great mini games here. It feels perfect on the Wii. It's just that remote, man. It makes it really easy to kind of keep with the rhythm. So, that's fun. Rock Band 2. It's the only Rock Band game I have, really. If you don't want to count the spin-off title that I have. It's good. It's got a good track list. I think, just like with some other games, it gets really repetitive over time. You know, the locations aren't super varied. You're going through them a lot. And the game really pushes you to play set lists, which set lists is literally just replaying songs you already played, just now in a row instead of individually. So, yeah. But still a fun game. It's the only Rock Band game I really have. Rock Band 1 does not let you use a Guitar Hero controller. You have to use a Rock Band controller. And Rock Band 3 is really hard to find and really expensive. So it's still like $35, and I have no idea why. Samba de Amigo is very rough around the edge. No, you know what? No. I enjoy it.